Giggity Racing. It's your Keystone Cowboy, Boom Hire 01. I got our CEO and fearless leader, Mr. K Taddy, and also special guest tonight, one of, hopefully he's here to be soon, one of our very own esports drivers, Mr. Coke FN. How y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful.
Oh, I cannot complain. Ready to get this racing going. We got some road course racing tonight.
Yeah, real quick, I got the timer going already. There's 55 seconds. I'm going to back out as time expires. You guys have gotten your invite, so you guys will be able to join. Send me an invite right back in. Then we'll blue screen, and we'll get going. 4 drivers. That's all you're seeing. You're seeing my name up there at top, KTaddy6369 girl. That will not be racing. I'm just set up the race for these guys. There's 4 drivers, 9 laps, as you can clearly see on your screens at home. That is just simply to see which 2 drivers will be advancing to race with our 20-plus custom Xfinity drivers at the Canadian Motorsports Park.
A lot of drivers, and not a lot of real estate on this track.
Yeah, we're down to 10 seconds, so I'm going to have to back out here in just a second.
Alrighty.
2, 1. I have backed out. You guys should be able to join.
Joining now.
You said there was 20 plus drivers?
I'll get you a car count for sure here. 19 regulars plus the 2 dash drivers, so 21 drivers will be taking the course. This is a tricky track. We're going to blue screen real quick. And we're going into watch now.
Alright.
I'll tell you what, last season I was racing in the trucks. My very first league race with Giggity was actually here. And it was very tricky. I mean, I learned a lot. But I came home second to UK. It's a very tricky track, that's for sure. A lot of strategy plays into it.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people that can say they beat UK in the truck series. So here we go. Yeah.
1 and 2 right now. They've been doing a lot of practicing. Their teammates are in the same chat party, but as are Grim and Old Guy. So.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. They're both RJM. Yeah. So we have Shinoko versus RJM as the 21 of Manko is off course right now. Old Guy actually has the lead here. I was practicing with Puddin and Mango myself earlier, and Puddin seemed to struggle off and on. He'd put some fast laps in and then struggle on one lap. Mango, however, seemed to be pretty consistent, but this hairpin corner they're going through right now is very, very difficult.
Graham saved him.
Graham, you're helping the wrong guy. Yeah, Old Guy's burning well up there. We're going to keep the screen here on this battle for second. Old Guy is walking off right now. These guys will single out, I'm sure, as there's only 4 of them. But this battle for second that we see Mango is holding the spot right now, that is the position that is for also a transfer spot. So one of those 3 will advance while the 2 behind him will not. See a little bit of lawnmower on the front of both the 21 and the 08. Hope it doesn't mess up their splitter.
Got a little bit of loose right there coming out of that last corner, heading for the start-finish line.
Gets his way around it. Funny you were talking about UK Wildcats. Mr. Truck Series himself, he's in the YouTube right now commenting. Hello to you, UK. NASCAR 88FK, he's also in there. Thanks for watching, guys.
Absolutely. Y'all are the reason we do this, so thank y'all for joining.
Right,
I'll tell you what, I hope to see Puddin. I hope he can get back up there to take that second spot. You know, Puddin loves the race. He just is.
And he loves this track. This is his
he loves
track.
This track.
Old Guy overshot that corner. Losing a little bit of time, but he stays on the course, of course.
A little bump and run there for Puddin.
Yeah, so that battle for second is heating back up as both Puddin and Grim Sanity have caught back up to Mango and making this a challenge. Let me get over there to Mango again.
I think Puddin, he's starting to get in a rhythm here. Oh, look, banging.
Yeah, one of the most difficult parts about this track is not simply that it's such a rhythm track that you have to hit your marks lap after lap. Luckily for these guys, it's only 9 laps during this little dash. But the hardest part to me is there's not really a whole lot of passing zones. The corners are definitely obviously where you want to try to make your passing, but it's almost easier to gain all the ground on the corner, get a good exit speed, and try to pass on the straightaways. As if you're trying to outbrake someone into a corner, the odds are by the time you get on the brakes, they've already drifted over and are in your line. So as I say that, Grim Sanity just made a good pass on the outside of Mango.
Yes, he did. So also Puddin and Mango, them being in the same chat, they know they can't do too much racing side by side.
Yeah, Puddin just makes the pass on Mango as you're mentioning that. We're going to scroll over. Now we're following Puddin.
kind of let up there a little bit to let him go. Because I think Mango knows Puddin is just a little bit faster.
To anybody watching at home, can you clearly hear us broadcasters? I had an issue apparently yesterday that people weren't hearing the voices very well.
I'll unplug my microphone and plug it back in just to make sure.
Well, it was my settings, Keystone. It was my own mistake. Alright, well apparently nobody wants to talk to us now there in the YouTube land. Oh, Francis said, I don't know what that is. Your co-invite? Are you trying to say that I have the coronavirus? Oh, I'm coming in clear. Thank you, thank you.
Well, I would hope you wouldn't.
Keystone, I don't know what's going on with that. You may ought to exit out of the YouTube and then reload it. Puddin going through the grass. Sorry about this, guys. We were getting a little sidetracked here. As we have Grim Sanity still sitting in second, Puddin in third, Mango in fourth, but our race leader and looking really strong right now is that 98 of Old Guy. With that said, the 22 of Grim Sanity over these last couple laps has definitely been closing in. And if I'm him, though, I'm just going to ride. There's absolutely no reason for him to get side by side with Old Guy. Not only are you looking to advance, but so is your teammate. And the more teammates you have on the track, the better it is for yourself. So definitely, if it's me and I'm Grim Sanity, I'm going to work with him. Oh, I thought Old Guy was going to end up in pit lane there.
Thought Mango lost it there for a minute. Looks like he caught the grass just a little bit sideways.
Hey, Grim is there. Grim is on the tail of Old Guy. I'm going to stay with these guys and see if he's going to try to pass her. And sure enough, as soon as he gets there, he goes side by side with him. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that mindset of trying to get there and race. But at the same time, here comes Puddin. Puddin is on his way. So maybe Grim's like, I got to get past Old Guy and get as far ahead of Puddin as I can.
No, you all said you get like 8 laps of pit run, but this race here is 9 laps. Are they going to be able to make it?
I don't believe so.
Unless you're one of those guys that you know that and keeps the car in fourth and save fuel for a lap or two to make that one lap up. That might be a strategy, especially if you're riding around in the back, like what Mango's doing right now. I might think about kicking it into fourth a little early on some of these corners to save the fuel. Because strategy's huge. We've seen it. We've seen it even last night in the Esports Pro League race, Chicago. That's how Chiza got a win. Just wasn't very fast on the track, but he went into fuel conservation mode and ended up with the win. Old Guy overshoots the corner bad, as does Grim. Puddin should be... Whoa. On my screen, the way that it looked was just they completely missed the corner. Sorry about that to anybody back there watching the broadcast. They did not go flying headfirst into a wall. They are definitely in pit lane. But
all
that
three
does...
of them going to the pit, that gives the 08 of Puddin the lead.
See, also, some of the testing that I was doing earlier in the week, I didn't run my fastest laps here on fresh tires on a low fuel run. Now, there wasn't a lot of fuel left in the car, but my tires were at 50 and 60%. So if they've got their cars set up the same way, this might actually benefit Puddin if his car comes in a little bit later than others, him staying out and getting another lap on the tires. definitely going to say that touches the grass. So
You know,
thanks, Puddin'.
I didn't even think about that, but you're 100% correct. That happened to me earlier while I was testing with these guys. We were doing on 3 times wear, so it was a little bit worse. But it was about right on the last lap or 2 laps prior to the fuel being out that I would actually hit my fastest laps, not with the 4 freshies and, you know, like you would usually expect.
Yeah, if I was putting right here, I would go to the pit now and take fuel only.
Nope. He's still going.
You know something else that Puddin could do now? We spoke about maybe kicking it into 4th gear and just ride around and save that fuel. He's in, absolutely nobody's challenging him at this point in time. He could kick it into 4th and try to save that fuel. The negative is if he's unable to save the fuel when he does pit, he would lose a lot of ground.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Going back to this battle back here, looks like old guy in... I'm not sure what happened to Mango unless he got a speeding penalty. He's pretty...
I think Mango took 4 tires.
Oh, that makes sense, actually. Yeah, he probably did. Something about road course racing for you viewers at home. I don't know how much you guys do it. Typically, the tires wear fairly even, if not your left sides wear quicker than your right sides. And there is no option to take 2 left side tires only. It is either right sides only or 4 tires if you're going to take them.
Hopefully that's one more thing they'll change in Heat 5.
Yeah, facts. Also, at the road courses, something more along the lines of a Robbie Vids, they start pitting the cars on the left side instead of the right side, so a little bit backwards compared to what us Americans are accustomed to. But yeah, definitely the pit lane is a little different.
Sonoma.
Oh yeah, you're right, Sonoma, that they do the right side. So Puddin is still out on the track. He did not pit this time by either. I'm imagining we're getting to within 1 or 2 to go. Another quick little aspect of this is there's no stages in this, so if Puddin decides, for example, to come to pit lane on the last lap, he's more than welcome to. You know, there's the rule of no pitting with 2 to go, but that retains to stages, not to regular racing. We actually seen Creed win a race on pit road. He ran out of fuel, got nursed it to pit lane. Yeah. And then pit lane picked him back up to pit road speed, and he won the race that way. As Puddin is definitely shortcutting here. That's a tricky part of the track as you go for that little...
tends to break free right there a lot of
Yeah,
times.
bad. Hey, speaking of Creed, wow, Creed's now commenting in here. Hello, Creed. Man, funny how that keeps working. Everyone we talk about wants to comment. So nice to have you in the broadcast with us there, Creed.
Absolutely.
So it looks like Old Guy and Grim Sanity are still battling it out hard for second. Now, this is a little different from what we talked about earlier. Grim wanting to follow Old Guy. Now he definitely 100% wants to do anything he can to get by him. Putting on pit road. Here comes Grim to the inside of Old Guy, getting ready at the end of this long chute for a right-handed corner. That's why I called that the inside. So he should, as long as he brakes properly without taking them both out, he should have the position. Now the inside becomes the outside, as now they're hooking a left-hand corner. Old Guy makes contact, gets into the rear end of Grim. Grim holds on into the right-handed corner, onto the front stretch. Old Guy into the side of Grim, but they both hang on to it. Grim gets the position and will be in front of Old Guy for that lap. Now I'm interested to see, they went by Puddin. Puddin was still on pit road.
I think Puddin took 4 tires.
Yeah, so
Yes, he did.
at this point in time, Grim and Old Guy are looking to advance. Old Guy got a little loose there in that turn number 1. At this point, if I'm either one of these guys, they've got to be within 1 or 2 laps to go. This may even be the final lap. If I'm these guys, I'm just coasting. You're under absolutely no threat of not advancing. You have got to just ride. With that said, Puddin taking 4, with how wore out those guys' tires are back there, he should be the fastest car on the track. But like Keystone had stated earlier, that's not always the truth with these tires at road courses.
Yeah, I hear
Graham
these road courses, definitely old tires is the way to go on a short run. Old tires is the way to go.
Oh, cool guy, grass.
So we talked about the strategy of possibly kicking it into fourth. That did not play a factor here today, but apparently the strategy of how many tires do you want to take is a huge role, as it looks like that was the race. So Grim will be the winner. Old Guy will also advance. Unfortunately for Puddin' and Mango, they did not get to advance. I know that hurts Puddin's feelings, as he absolutely loves these road courses.
Yes, he does.
With that said, Keystone, I know you have a race coming up. They were trying to qualify to be able to race against you tonight, so we're going to let you go so you can go get strapped into your car and get her warmed up. Should be about 10 minutes here. We'll be going green flag.
All right. Thank y'all very much for joining and following along this evening, and we'll see y'all here in a couple minutes.